Hello everyone, I've got a budget priced vacuum cleaner to look at today. This is a Beldray Airglide Pet Plus corded 2-in-1 stick vacuum with a 3-year guarantee. It's lightweight, it has dual HEPA filters, it has a 500ml easy to empty dust container and a pet turbo brush, perfect for pet owners. Well, I'm a pet owner. I don't think this is going to be perfect for me, but it might be perfect for you. Okie dokie, let's get it out. First of all, we do have the pet turbo brush. Yes, it's got a rotating brush there, powered by the suction of the vacuum, obviously. You can see the fan because it is clear, nice clear case. Yeah, it's typical Chinese quality. Oh, warning, warning, must read. If the dust container and filters are not regularly cleaned, the vacuum cleaner may overheat, which will activate the thermal cutout device due to blocked air inlets. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I don't like being warned as soon as I'm opening a vacuum. That doesn't bode well. There's this, which I assume is a wall mounting bracket. We have a reasonable length crevice tool for your nooks and crannies. We also have pretty stiff-ish dusting brush with a flexible neck. This is the main carpet and floor nozzle. Plastic base plate, we've got litter pickers either side of the suction inlet. And we have a foot operated pedal, so press that and we get a row of brushes that comes down at the front, and there's a squeegee at the back that pops out. So that's for hard floors with the brush down. For carpets you want the brush up, and it's got 2 wheels on the back, 2 little roller wheels at the front, and an articulating neck that goes up and down and swivels. We also have a metal wand, so you can adjust the height, and then an adapter. An enclosed accessory adapter must be attached onto the handheld unit before attaching the telescopic tube or any other accessories. You cannot attach the telescopic, pardon me, I've had a gin, the telescopic tube or accessories without attaching the accessory adapter. So I am lying to you, I'm teetotal. I've not had any alcoholic beverages whatsoever today. There we go, that's the accessory. And then it's the cleaner. Right, I think that's everything. So here's the cleaner itself, quite a lightweight unit. And we have the mains cable. It's got a little Velcro strap, which does stay attached to the cable, so that's good, you won't lose that. And of course a 13 amp fused plug attached. Looks quite a short cable actually. Hopefully it'll be long enough to reach up a standard flight of stairs, because this cleaner I think would be good on stairs perhaps. So we can use it, obviously look, as the instructions say, you need to attach this adapter right that way on. There we go. There is a little release button, so you need to press that in to click it into place, and then to release you press it again. Oh, you don't have to press it in. There we go. It clicks in anyway. Just push it till it clicks. Once that's on, there's no reason to take the accessory adapter off. So we can attach the turbo head directly to the end. So in this configuration, this is what I'd use it on stairs like this, or doing your upholstery. You could take this out to your car. It is small enough to do the car. It's mains powered though, so you will need an extension lead. There's a small on-off switch there. And of course we've got the other little attachments that will fit directly on the end, but you can fit the attachments onto the end of the wand as well. Again, that would be ideal for the car with the crevice tool. And then we have the extension telescopic extension tube, so all the tools will fit to the end. It doesn't just have to be the main carpet and floor nozzle, but that does fit on the end, so you'd extend it obviously probably all the way unless you're very short, and then you can use the machine for doing carpets and hard floors. But obviously this is not going to be a machine for a larger home, probably a secondary machine, unless you live in a very tiny apartment or very small house with little carpeting. I can't see how this is going to replace a full-sized machine. So we also have the bin here, which there's a button to remove it from the cleaner. I wonder if we could, I suppose you could, there we go, you could empty it. It will allow you to empty it with the bin attached, but because this is a corded machine, if you're going to take this outside to the bin, you've got to carry the cord. So I think the best way is to remove the bin with the button. Quite a small capacity. It said on the box 500ml capacity, but I wouldn't say that that is necessarily 500ml. So you take the whole unit to your outside bin and then press on the little button there. The flap opens, shake out the dirt. It's pretty standard for a cheaper machine. We've got a filter in the top that comes out, and I expect it's washable. Inside the plastic shroud we have a pleated filter. Now does that come out? Yes, you have to unlock it, twist it, there we go. So that will become clogged up fairly quickly, I'd expect. We'll see how quickly that clogs up during the demo part of this video. But all this should be washable, even the bin you could rinse. It gives you some tips on maintenance in very, very small writing, so you might need your magnifying glass to see it, but it's also on here on the warning sheet of what to do. So yes, the HEPA filter will wash with the shroud piece here, so that's fine. So once it's washed, you must wait for it to dry. I'd leave it 24 hours or so. Don't dry it over any heat source because you might distort the plastic. And then that goes back in like so. And then yes, we do have another filter. Motor's obviously in this part here, and the fan is behind this grill. But on the back here, it did say dual HEPA, so I'm assuming that there will be another similar filter. Again, we need to turn it to the unlocked position. There we are. So it's another pleated style filter. In my experience, you shouldn't have to wash that as often as you have to wash the filter in the bin. This will take the brunt of the dirt. Obviously, some of the dirt will, heavier dirt will gather in the bin, but the lighter dirt and possibly pet hairs will get wrapped around the outer shroud, and finer dust will adhere itself to that filter. But this one, although it is washable, I'm assuming, we'll have to check, it feels like the same sort of material, but you shouldn't have to attend to that too much. That's quite good, having two HEPA style filters, better than just a piece of foam that you'd normally expect in a cleaner of this type. So you need to, line up. You won't be able to see very clearly on the video, but there's a little arrow. You need to line it up with the arrow, and then it'll turn to the locked padlock position. Right, before I switch on, I don't know if this is going to be loud, but something tells me that possibly this cleaner will be fairly loud. Let's try and get this get this back on. Hang on, there we go, it's that way around. La-da-dum. Right, that's awkward. No, that's not in. Now I've made this mistake on purpose, just so you don't have to. There is only one way that shroud goes in the bin, because there are two cutouts either side and one is wider than the other, so it's got to be flush. So there we go. You won't make that mistake because I've made it for you, aren't I kind? There we are. That's in. Okay, let's plug this in. headphone users, possibly this could be loud, so remove your headphones or turn down your volume. This cleaner has a 400 watt motor, so let's hear how noisy a 400 watt motor could be. Well, not as noisy as I was expecting, but still fairly noisy. It probably will get a bit noisier when I attach the turbo brush, and it says in the instructions, do not use this on your pets. This is for removing pet hair and dander from your upholstery and carpets, but don't actually vacuum your pet with it. Beldray point that out to you. Okay, it's on securely. It's just a push fit, give it a bit of a twist to secure. So that's the pet hair turbo brush, and I'm assuming, yes, this collar comes off. We should be able to separate the two halves, and we can see the fan that drives the rotating brush. Don't pick up anything hard or sharp with this because it might damage the fan blades, but this opens up, so if it gets clogged up with hairs and fluff, you've got better access. The brush roll will come out, just make sure you put it back correctly if you decide to give it a thorough clean and possibly a drop of oil from time to time. But yes, pretty simple design. Seen this many times on other vacuums. Right, let's pop. The cover goes on, there's some tabs at the front, some lugs and some holes. You need to locate it at the front first. Make sure it's properly seated, and then you can pop the collar back and just twist it and it's back in position. Right, I'm just going to get my suction gauge and we'll see how powerful this little Beldray is regarding sealed suction. This is my gauge that measures the sealed suction of a vacuum cleaner. To give you a comparison, a mains powered pneumatic Henry measures around 80 on this gauge, so it'll be interesting to see how much this 400 watt Beldray measures. I don't think it's going to be as much as a pneumatic Henry somehow. Certainly didn't feel very powerful. Might be up to 40, I'm not sure. I've no idea. Let's block the end off, switch on and have a look. That was more than I was expecting. The gauge peaked at around 54 on the gauge, which I suppose isn't bad for a handheld cleaner and would certainly be more powerful than some cordless machines. Okay, well, let's try it in upright mode. I'm just going to give it a push over this carpet and then I'll put some dirt down. Bear in mind it's got quite a small capacity and possibly even only a single cyclone, if that. It's going to clog up pretty quick if I start to put too much dirt in this machine in one go, but I'm going to try it anyway for a bit of fun. So in goes the wand. Again, just twist it slightly to lock in position, and then I'll stand up and give this a bit of a push. Well, this Beldray is fairly comfortable to hold and light to push. Possibly if you're very tall, you might find yourself having to stoop a bit, but you can angle it up higher. So yes, if you are taller, it'll just pivot up. And if you're a bit shorter, well, if you are shorter, then of course you can condense the wand like so. I haven't put any dirt down, but it did pick some things up. And, well, considering there was a few tiny visible pieces on this carpet that I could see. But, well, you know, considering I couldn't see that, it's picked this up. I've no idea where that's from because the carpet looked clean. There's some fine dust as well. And that's not bad, actually, I have to say. I've been pouring scorn on this cleaner before I gave it a chance, but after that very small demo, and you saw the entirety of the cleaner in use, I'll pop it down. Even at this early stage, we've already got some dust around the seal. I don't think there's going to be much on the filter, surely. Not after such... There is a little bit. I don't know if the camera can pick up. There is dust already in this filter. So the filter is doing most of the work that a dust bag would do, or in a more expensive vacuum cleaner with multi-cyclones, you've got more chance of filtering out the dust before it actually reaches the filter. This is just a cheap and cheerful corded stick vac, you know. It might be all you need, really, depending on your circumstances, but yeah, considering the carpet looked clean, it did manage to find some dirt. Well, the Beldray Airglide picked up that bit of demonstration dirt that I put down on this short pile carpet. Seems to have got most of it up into the bin. I've emptied all the dirt I've previously picked up onto the kitchen floor here, so I'm going to try the Beldray on a hard floor, but this time with the brush down in the hard floor setting. So let's give it a go. So far, the Beldray hasn't done a bad job on this floor, but the trouble with this particular flooring is it's a cushion vinyl, and I found that the suction from the Beldray was actually pulling up the floor and blocking the airflow, so it was hard to push and it wasn't picking up the dirt. And the Beldray, you can't reduce the suction power. If I had the ability to sort of lower the suction a bit, I would have gone over this floor a bit easier. But anyway, I'll persevere. I'm sure on other floors, on say Antico, wood floor, tiles, etc., I wouldn't have the same problem I'm having with this particular flooring. And in fact, when I've cleaned up here, I'll put the dirt back down on a tiled floor and we'll see how well it picks up from that sort of surface. And now here's the Beldray picking up dirt from a tiled floor. The Beldray Airglide is light and easy to use, and its mains lead is long enough to reach up a standard flight of stairs, though you will need a socket fairly near the foot of the stairs in order for you to reach right to the top. That's about the end of my video on this Beldray Airglide handheld mains powered vacuum cleaner. I hope you found it useful. If you want to check out the current price and availability, I'll put an Amazon affiliated link below this video. They've got the new platinum version on Amazon, but it's basically the same as this, it's just a different colour scheme. If you have any comments or questions about this Beldray, please comment below, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.